Hey guys, welcome to my Alchemical Hydra Slayer Guide. Today we're going to be talking about the new Alchemical Hydra that came out with the Kebos Lowlands, how to kill it, and what kind of patterns you guys should look for in order to slay this beast and get some good loot out of it. Let's start off by talking about how we're going to start slaying this beast. First, we're going to need ourselves a Hydra task, and we're going to get that from Konar, the new Slayer Master on top of Mount Klarum, who assigns area-specific Slayer tasks, as well as the tasks inside the mountain themselves. You're going to need to have 95 Slayer in order to unlock this task, and it is in a task-only instanced area. So be careful what you bring in there, because you're going to have to pay 100k if you die to get it all back. Let's talk about gear. What I've found through my practice is that range is by far and away the best way to slay this monster. It gets you some fast kills with excellent efficiency and make sure that you can stay there longer. Now, you're going to want to bring your best in slot range gear, whether that be Armadillo, Carol's, or what have you. I find that Carol's is a little better than the Blessed Hide because it provides more magic defense, so when you mess up flicks, it's not as punishing. However, you are going to have to bring a couple pieces of special gear, particularly in the boots section. You're going to need to wear either the boots of stone, the boots of brimstone, or the granite boots, as they protect you from the heat inside the volcano, which is crucial to not dying while you're in there. So make sure you're always wearing a set of those, no matter what monster you're slaying inside the cave. You're also going to want to bring your Slayer helmet, of course, just because, you know, you're on a Slayer task, it's task only, might as well get that 15% extra accuracy and damage. You're also going to want to stay a little bit away from that Dragon Hunter crossbow. Even though it does have a bit of a damage boost and accuracy buff, it just doesn't hit as fast or as hard as it needs to be to out DPS the blowpipe. Of course, the T-bow is going to be best in slot here, just because that thing will slay this monster, because it has a high magic level. It hits very hard with its magic attacks. You can tell that's what it is, and the T-bow smacks for upwards of 81 damage sometimes. It's obviously going to be best in slot here. Now we got to know how to get there. Now there's two main ways to do it. First off is the fairy ring code CIR, which is located at the base of the mountain, and you're going to take 2 agility shortcuts to get up to the top, with the maximum level being level 62 agility. Not too high, should be much more manageable for people with the 95 Slayer requirement. Then we're going to head down into the center of the mountain using the elevator, which will take us down to the basin, where we'll start to see branching paths to see which way we want to go. Each path leads to a different one of the Slayer monsters, with the one to the north being the one that leads to the Hydras. Past these guys, you're going to find yourself at a little bank station, not really a bank, but more of the place where you're going to gather your items should you die in the boss fight, and where you collect them afterwards you do so. Once you pass him a little bit, you're going to see a little rock that you're going to climb over, and that's where the instance starts. Then you're at the foot of the Hydra, the base of his little lair. Going through the door will start the fight, so be careful, make sure you're well prepared, drink your potions, and get ready for a good fight. Once you enter the room, you're going to want to run to the southeast corner and drag the Hydra over the red little kind of pool that's squirting up the chemicals. You're also going to notice that he's going to start throwing attacks at you. You'll see that if it comes from the right side of the Hydra, it's a ranged attack, whereas if it comes from the left side of the Hydra, it's a mage attack. Now, it goes in a cycle of 3-3, so it's going to hit you with 3 ranged and then 3 mage. So as long as you keep counting, you shouldn't take much damage from the Hydra's attacks, as you'll be able to prep for them and pray against them. You'll notice that the Hydra will also have a couple special attacks. The green one here is going to have a little acid breath that is going to throw out little zones that you can't stand in, so you're going to want to move. This does not count forever, however, for the regular attacks it's going to throw out, so the specials are just completely discounted when it comes to the counting that you have to do. You'll see that I start to move the Hydra down towards the next little pool, because as you hit it down to 75% health, it's going to lose one of its heads and transform blue. This is the blue phase. It's going to follow the same pattern, so whatever you were counting from before, keep counting. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Keep blocking all those attacks, and you shouldn't take much damage. However, this time the Hydra's going to launch a special attack where it hurls out lightning on all kinds of sides of the room, kind of randomly, and those are going to start to coalesce towards you. You're going to want to run straight west west down the side of the wall, and then down south down the next wall. You shouldn't have to run too much down there, as it should time out by the time you get there, but make sure you're still counting. And after you get it down to 50% health, it's going to transform again into the red phase. Now the red phase, you're going to keep counting once again, keep going 1 2 3 1 2 3. Make sure you have it hover over the blue pool this time, as that will weaken it, and these pools are kind of a means to weaken its defenses so you hit more, which is the whole idea of the boss, its whole main mechanic. But the fire one actually has a special ability where it's going to incinerate some of the floor around you. It's going to hit on 2 sides of the room. You're going to want to stand in one of the corners as you see it walk towards the center, and it's going to block you off into a little square. After it does that, it's going to send like a homing firebolt towards you that'll mark the ground as you walk. Just walk around in the shape that I'm doing, and you should be able to outlast it. Make sure you keep counting though, because you're going to have to keep going right after the counting phase into fighting it. Once you bring it down to 25% health, it's going to transform into the gray phase. Now the gray phase works just like Jad, except it's a 1-to-1 correspondence. It's going to be one attack that's ranged, one attack that's mage, one attack that's ranged, one attack that's mage. You're going to keep going in this cycle until the boss is finished. The thing also has a special attack where it throws that acid just like the first phase. Once again, this doesn't count towards the 1-to-1 correspondence of its attack styles, so make sure you're keeping track of that and keep moving. If you follow all those steps, this should be an easy kill that you shouldn't take much damage and not need to eat much food on, and you'll get some great loot out of it. Now, I know that was a lot of information to take in all at once, so I'm going to leave a few more kills in here so that you can kind of see the process for yourselves. Keep in mind, you're going to look for what kind of prayers I'm making, what kind of directions the Hydra's attacking from, where I'm dragging it and when I'm dragging it, and where I'm standing during certain phases or moving during certain things as well. I hope you guys can find this guide extremely helpful when you guys start to farm the Hydra for yourself. It's a wonderful boss. JS did an amazing job on it, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!